Hey guys, so I'm back from my appointment and I don't know what to think. um, First and foremost, with the lupus clinic, it's only every Tuesday. Um, and you always see a resident doctor first, and then you see like the main rheumatologist there. And I was so incredibly happy that the main doctor I ended up seeing after seeing the resident doctor was Dr. Murray Urowitz, and he was the one that spoke at the Lupus AGM that I was so impressed with. So I was so happy to see him walk in the door for one thing, because I knew that he knows his stuff like the back of his hand, and he knows all about lupus. And I mean, he helped develop Benlysta. He knows his stuff. So as soon as he walked in, it was like, I was so relieved to see him, knowing that I'm in good hands. However, sorry guys. Let me go over what happened first with the resident doctor. Of course, he went over my entire history with me, which was, it took a long time because I had to go all the way back to when I had the juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, which we don't even know if that's what it was at this time. And of course, then I had to go back to like 2002 when all that stuff happened with the hives and everything. And thankfully, my face was like really red when I went today. It's kind of toning down a little bit, but you can still see it's red here. But it was really red when I went, so they were able to see that. And yes, I'm not imagining this. This is Cushingoid. The resident pinpointed it right away. He said, "You're Cushingoid," and I'm assuming that's from the Entocort. That's what we're assuming. So thank God I'm not imagining it, that my face is puffing out again. So it was nice to have that validated for me that I'm Cushingoid. And he just went over every little detail, and I went armed and ready. I had the whole rundown of my whole history, because when I went through everything in 2002 to 2003, my mother was keeping a log of all my symptoms, when they happened, what doctors I saw, when, what tests I had done, when. I mean, it was dated and everything. And I just handed that to him, although he didn't really look at it. He went over it with me verbally, but I left it with them for my file to read. I also signed up with Sunnybrook Hospital's My Chart, where I was able to print off a lot of tests that I've had done at Sunnybrook, like all of my blood work I've had at Sunnybrook, as well as any x-rays and echocardiograms, anything I've had there, except I didn't find any of the stuff from the respirologist on there, but he got a report on that one from my family doctor, so that was good. So I printed off all of that. It was like page after page after page, but I printed it all off, and I gave that to them too. So after he finished going through all of that, he did an exam on my joints and everything like that. And then, of course, he asked me why I came to the clinic. And I said I really don't feel like I'm settled, like things are settled. Like, he asked me if I felt things were settled with my lupus, and I said, no, I don't believe so. Because I told him what I've been experiencing. And I just said I just really wanted, good care, and I wanted, help. So, after all of that, after going through all of that, and I'm losing my train of thought now. basically, like, he noticed that whatever kidney involvement I had at the time of being diagnosed with lupus was very minor, which I know I was told that, but I didn't know how minor. And he said it was like very, very minor. And he's kind of surprised, I guess, that I'm still on my Fortic or whatever. But again, this was just the resident doctor. Um, so, anyways, after he finished all his questions and exams and finding out what's bothering me most right now and this and that, I had to wait while he went and went over everything with Dr. Urowitz. And then Dr. Urowitz came in with him, and he was very nice, very, very nice doctor, just as I suspected from when I saw him talk. And he was very, he put me at ease because he made me know that, things are he he said that this is a team effort between him and myself to work to find a solution to these problems. And he just said that with my history, like, it's such an array of stuff that's happened, and I've gone through so many things over the past, several years. And he was basically asking me, has anyone said all these things can be lumped into it being what, fill in the blank? And I said, well, I kind of hesitated because no one's ever actually really said that everything I went through, including the hives and everything like that, and my irregular heartbeat and my hypothyroidism. I mean, no one's actually ever really said, yes, all these things can be lumped into it being, like, all of it being lupus related. All it was that my rheumatologist just said, based on the blood work at the time that she saw me, the joint pains I was having at the time that she saw me, and the kidney problems, plus my history, she just came to the conclusion it was lupus. And so basically Dr. Urowitz said he wants to have a for sure definite name to everything. So this part's kind of left me like, huh? Like, what? In a way, he's almost saying that it might not even be lupus. So he just basically wants to confirm exactly what this is, what the name of it is. Is it lupus? And this is basically what he's asking. Is it really lupus? And I'm going, okay, like, I thought I had a name on it. I was relieved to finally have a name on it. And now it's like, not that I want to have lupus, but I'm almost thinking, like, if it's not lupus, I'm back to square one of trying to figure out what's going on with me. So I'm kind of just thrown by that. I don't really know what to think about it. So anyways, just basically what he did is he sent me for blood work. I had like 18 vials drawn, which is probably the most I've ever had. So he repeated like a ton of blood work, and he did a urine sample, and he wants me to do another 24-hour urine collection because it's been 2 years since I did that. The last time I did that was before being diagnosed with lupus, like right before. And so he wants to repeat that. Which I'm not really sure why, because any blood work that I currently had from my other rheumatologist showed that my kidneys were fine now. I mean, they haven't been finding protein in my urine, and my creatinine levels were normal. They saw that on the blood work, but I guess I just want to kind of solidify what this is, get an exact diagnosis before they figure out the next steps. And he's going to see me back again May 29th. Yeah, he's going to see me back May 29th, and at that point he'll review all the tests, and he said by then they should be able to say what it is. And he said if it is lupus, then they're gonna, look at, is it active lupus? If it's active, he feels I'm being undertreated at the moment, that I'm not on enough treatment to help me. If it's not active, then he said they might consider removing the myfortic. So it's just kind of a wait and see at this point, until my next appointment at the clinic. But as frustrating as it is to hear that it might not be lupus and I might be at square one, I still have confidence in Dr. Urowitz to finally get me on the right path, so that's kind of a relief. Not looking forward to having to take time off again. I already have the May 25th off of work, and now I'm going to have to ask for a half day for the 29th to make this appointment. So I'm not looking forward to that. So please, guys, pray that by the weekend I hear that I've gotten the part-time job, because then if I did land the part-time job, I won't be as worried asking for time off, because I'm going to be leaving soon, so I won't really care. But I always dread handing in that request form for another day off, because each time I request another day off, I just think, this time head office is going to say something. This time head office is going to say something. But, I've also come to a point, too, where I try not to worry about it too much, because I've lost my job a couple times now due to, my health and missing work. So it's not really anything new to me, and I know that there's always EI or sick benefits or whatever, and, both times I've lost my job due to my health, somehow, by the grace of God, it's always worked out okay. It's been a bit of a struggle, money-wise, when it happens, but we have always come through. We've always come through it just fine, so I don't know why I worry so much about it, but anyways, I guess that's it for now, and I'll keep you guys posted on the job and my next appointments. So I'm gonna rest now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.